Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my most anticipated releases of 2021, and I really wasn't expecting to do this video, but there is one book that really inspired this video, and from that point on I started researching the books that I'm looking forward to coming out in 2021. So these books I'm going to talk about are going to be in no order. I'll share the book and the release date so y'all can know, and if you're interested in these authors, which mainly the reasons all these books are on the list is because I love the authors, and only one of these books is like a true sequel. There is a companion novel as well, but I don't think that really counts as part of like a sequel. Let me first start talking about the book that inspired this whole video, and that is The Spanish Love Deception. So this is written by the Bibliothèque. She is by far one of my favorite bookstagrammers. She is just honestly a wonderful human being. She has such great taste in romance. Like, I feel like she is my go-to for if I want to read a romance book or like hear her thoughts on a romance. Like, she is definitely a bookstagrammer that I go to for that knowledge, and she has a wonderful blog, a wonderful Instagram page, and she wrote a book and I'm so excited. It comes out February 23rd and it has some of my favorite romance tropes. It has the fake dating trope and it has like a wedding theme. So I am so in on this. I think it's going to be amazing. Like, I honestly have no hesitations or reservations about this. Like, just knowing the type of reader she is and what she likes in romance, like, there's no way that this book isn't going to be good. So fellow romance lovers, put this on your radar for February 23rd. I think it's going to be great. I don't have a cover to show on the screen because the cover is actually getting released the 17th of January. So maybe by the time this video is posted, there will be a cover reveal. I'll leave the Goodreads link for it down below so you can go check it out and support this wonderful bookstagrammer who I think is going to go far, and I'm just really excited for her. So that is the book that kind of inspired this whole video. I wasn't going to do this video because it's just, I don't know, we're all saying the same books we're excited for, and that kind of gets a little old, but I'm like, wait a second, I want to talk about this book. So that is the reason behind this video. But now let me get into the rest of the books. And all of the books on this video are really just for the first half of the year except for one. So I'll probably do a part 2, like maybe in the summer for like the fall and winter books that are going to be coming out that I'm interested in. This next one I'm going to get out of the way right now because it's very obvious. That is the next Sarah J. Maas book, and this is the one that I mentioned that it is part of a series. It's the continuation series following A Court of Thorns and Roses. This book comes out February 16. I will probably be getting it the day it's released. I'm gonna start at the day it's released. Like, I'm really looking forward to this one. This one is like probably the one book that's been on my mind for the longest because I've been waiting for this book for years. But anyway, moving on. All right, another one I'm looking forward to is Sunflower Sisters by Martha Hall Kelly. This one comes out March 30th, and this is the third novel by this author. Her other two books, Lilac Girls and Lost Roses, those have made my favorites lists each year that I've read them, so I have very high expectations for this book. And this one, from what I gather, is set in the Civil War era South. I don't really know much more about it, but I know that she does a great job with historical fiction, and I'm just really interested in this story, and I'm for sure gonna love it. Like, I really have no doubts. Another historical fiction by an author who can do no wrong is The Four Winds by Kristin Hannah. This one actually comes out really soon. This one comes out February 2nd. So Kristin Hannah is an incredible author. The Great Alone, like, her books are so unique that like I haven't read anything like them before. And from what I understand in my brief synopsis, this one takes place during the Great Depression, which I don't know if I've ever really read anything set in the Great Depression. So I am very interested in this, and I'm probably gonna pick this one up sooner rather than later just because, yeah, I love this author and it just sounds really interesting to me. When I saw this one was coming out this year, I got so excited, and that is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. Okay, so I read now 2 books by Riley Sager in the year 2021. I'm hoping to read all of his other books because I think they're all going to be my cup of tea. They're really interesting mystery slash thrillers. This one, from the synopsis I read, basically a girl is in this car with someone. I don't know, they're like going on a long road trip maybe, and she thinks that he's a serial killer. I don't know, that sounds so good. I just can't wait. Unfortunately, this one doesn't come out until July 6th, so we do have to wait a while for this one, but you better believe I'm going to be reading this one as soon as it comes out because I just think it sounds so interesting. Like, I can't imagine being in a car with someone who I think is a serial killer. So gotta read that one. Now, see, so many of these I was so shocked by until I looked at some lists. But next is Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This one comes out May 4th. I actually forget what the synopsis is for this, but I have read 2 of his books and I've enjoyed them a lot. So I'm just gonna put this on my list because I'm sure that I'm gonna want to read this when it comes out. I have one young adult fiction on, and it is Pride and Premeditation. It comes out April 6th by Teresa Price, and this is actually the only book on this list where I haven't read anything by the author. I just put this on this list because it sounded really interesting. It's basically like a whodunit, but set in Pride and Prejudice, like with Pride and Prejudice characters, which just sounds so fun. Like I feel like I'm going to enjoy this book immensely. So I had to put that on the list, but I've known nothing about this author, like I said, and I normally don't read young adult anymore, so this is kind of like a wild card, but I feel like it's a good fit for me. This is a really popular, anticipated release, but it's on my list as well, and that's Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, coming out May 25th. I don't really know what this is about. I think this is just about like a family and their family drama, if I'm understanding correctly. Like I said, I did very little research into these synopses. I was just putting them on the list based on the author, but Taylor Jenkins Reid is another author who can do no wrong. I have read quite a few of her books by now, and they're all fantastic and so unique. Like I feel like she just, you never know what you're gonna get with one of her books, and I love that. I still need to read a lot of her backlist books, so that's another goal I have for myself for 2020. Now I'm gonna get into a few romances because obviously I love reading romance. I have The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. This one comes out May 18th. They're another author duo that is just fantastic. They write such good romances with funny characters and like a true rom-com. I feel like they really like nailed the rom-com genre. So this one, I don't know. I think it has to do with like people like have found genetically how to find your soulmate, and I think that's what this book is about, which interestingly enough, on my TBR I have a book I want to read called The One, which is a thriller about the same concept where like you're using genetics to find your soulmate, but like it gets dark and twisted in that book. So I actually think I might read these books close together. Listen, this one comes out May 18th, so I might wait to read The One until like the beginning of May, just so I can have like a comparison of like a dark thriller version of this kind of theory and then the romantic side of it. Anyways, I thought that'd be interesting, so we will have a little bit of time until then, but that is my plan for May when this book comes out. This next one is like one that I'm looking forward to, but probably like least looking forward to on this list, and it is Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. So this is a book by an author that I loved, The Hating Game by her, and the second book I wasn't a big fan of. It was just meh to me, so I feel like because of that I don't really know how this one is gonna swing. Like, am I gonna love it like her first novel, or is it gonna be kind of like a blah book for me? So I'm still definitely going to read it because I believe she can write another wonderful book like The Hating Game. This one, from what I understand, is about a woman who works at a retirement center, and the son of the property developer who is gonna, I guess, change things, obviously, it comes to live at one of the villages on the estate, and they get to know each other, but I guess he's like a very unmotivated man and like she is not, and so they clash in that way. And I don't really know much more, but I think the residents of this home kind of get involved in putting them together, I think, maybe, I'm not sure. Like, it sounds like something that could be really endearing, and I hope it is. I hope it is like The Hating Game. And then the last one, this is actually one that comes out in September. This is the only one that takes a while to come out, but that is Portrait of a Scotsman by Evie Dunmore. So I actually still haven't read A Rogue of One's Own. I'm hoping to get that one next month, maybe, with a Book of the Month add-on. I've been saying that for a while now, but I think I'm actually gonna do it. So this is the third book in her series, but Bringing Down the Duke was one of my favorite reads of 2020, so I'm for sure gonna be reading more in this companion novel series. Like, it's not necessary to have read the other books in the series to read this book, but I'm really looking forward to it. And even if I don't like A Rogue of One's Own, I'm still gonna want to read this third book. I just feel like I'm going to enjoy these, and I really can't believe I haven't read A Rogue of One's Own yet, because that was like definitely one that I was really thinking I would get to in 2020, but I haven't. So yeah, I'll read both of those. But that's going to end my anticipated reads video. If you have books on the horizon that you're looking out for, let me know what they are. Maybe I'll add them to my list as well. But these are just a few that I found that I'm like really excited for. So thank you so much for watching, and happy reading.